Hey, George, it's going to be hard for any of us to sleep between now and the 18th, but we're going to move on to GMA Snooze Solutions this morning. What happens when you don't get enough sleep or you don't sleep at all? During our epic live stream event earlier this month, our ABC News medical editor stayed up 50 consecutive hours to see what kind of effect that would have on his mind and body. We are a nation running on empty. Up to 70 million Americans are not getting enough sleep every night. Just one night of bad sleep can lead to problems concentrating and, more seriously, accidents like car crashes. So we wanted to put the human body to an extreme sleep test to find out how it would react.
It's quite likely that I'll start to lose it a little bit.
Under the supervision of doctors at Mount Sinai Center for Sleep Medicine, ABC News' Dan Child stayed awake for 50 hours. He wanted to find out firsthand the effects of sleep deprivation on things like concentration, coordination, and the ability to complete basic tasks. The rules were simple. Dan was not allowed a wink of sleep or a sip of caffeine.
When you sleep deprive humans, they eat more.
Dan craved carbs like cereal and pie and forced himself to be active to stay awake.
This Lego is apparently for ages 6 to 12. I've kind of gotten lost in the instructions.
Dan worked out and found that his body was much more awake after exercising, but his low points came in the morning hours.
I'm doing anything I can to stay awake.
After being awake for 50 hours, Dan was disoriented and unable to complete simple tasks, not to mention utterly exhausted.
Probably have a couple of hours left in me, and then we'll see what happens.
Dr. Richard Besser is here to tell us more about what Dan went through. Okay, that was the extreme case.
That's right.
Let's put that out there. That's not the kind of chronic sleep problem that most Americans are dealing with.
Yeah, I mean, what he went through is something called acute sleep deprivation. So that's like pulling an all-nighter or two.
Right.
But there's 70 million Americans who suffer from chronic sleep deprivation. So that's maybe getting only 5 hours sleep a night or having sleep apnea so that the quality of your sleep every single night is not enough for your body.
And what kind of health problems can that lead to, getting 5 hours or less a night?
Yeah, I mean, as you expected, it's not good. There are a number of health conditions that are linked to that. Obesity, heart disease, kidney disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, stroke. Even your ability to fight off infections goes down. And we're entering the cold and flu season, so it's not good at all.
Something that Dan said and really resonated with a lot of us who get not as much sleep as we should. We crave carbs.
Yes.
But there's a reason behind that?
Yeah, it's fascinating. I remember as a pediatric resident in the middle of the night searching the nurse's station for donuts. And you know, there's been a lot of research when they do these special MRI scans of the brain. The front part of the brain that involves willpower, that's not getting as much flow. And the area with desire goes up. And then there are two hormones, one that makes you hungry that goes up, one that makes you feel full that goes down. And all that together, you crave stuff that's not
So it's not just our weakness, it's really it's our brain telling us that we need this, that we want this.
Exactly.
Okay, doesn't help, but a little bit. So getting the proper amount of sleep. I know what you're going to go through. You tell us this all the time, but you gotta hit this home and let people know this is what we need to do to get some sleep.
I mean, basically, it just comes down to routine. Just like kids need routine, going to bed at the same time helps, and having a routine so that you settle down to sleep. You don't just go from full activity to getting in bed. That's all going to help you.
Okay, because these are the things that they're saying we have on the screen. We say
That's
it
right.
over and over again, but we need to do it.
Over and over again. That's right.
Repetition is the mother of skill.
Yeah.
Thank you.